This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code GOLF SGPN. Sports Gambling Podcast is giving away $1,000 circa NFL future with the phrase that pays. You can submit the phrase now at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. And finally, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including the MLB, WNBA, golf, and of course, NFL futures. They accept customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, light and fast payout using crypto. Highlight a bet you like on MyBookie. So head to mybookie.ag, promo code golf SGPN, 50% deposit match up to $1,000. I didn't mean to say highlight a bet you like because that doesn't make sense, but we will surely be talking about bets we like here on this Tour Championship stream. Dom's joining me for one last time of the FedEx Cup 2025 season. So
Yeah.
Dom, what a year it's been, and talk to me a little bit about Eastlake, and you talk about the year too.
Yeah, we got the Super Bowl of the PGA, essentially. Hot topic on how they want to handle this moving forward. Obviously, we know that there's no starting strokes, so last year, what was it, 3 years in a row that they did the starting strokes, where someone would start 10 under, and then it was 9, 8, and then a group of guys at like 5, 4, whatever. But that was a little weird. I understood it. I didn't like it, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, Eastlake, very long, par 70. A few changes. I didn't dig too deep into what those were, but kind of similar to what we were looking for last week, sorry. Off the tee heavy, longer approaches, and then look for a putter. It's only a 30-man field, so probably gonna hammer some placement bets this week. How are you gonna approach this week, and what do you think of the whole playoff system itself?
Yeah, pardon me for looking down that whole time you're talking. I was trying to get the link tweeted out, but
Oh, you're
I
good.
agree with everything you said about the course. And yeah, this is a 30-man field. I think we probably should go about it a little differently than our normal like outrights, placement, stuff like that. Placements are probably maybe a few matchups is the better way to bet. I think the top 5 market is also
Yeah,
a decent way to make some money this week. So it should be an all-around fun week. I'm personally fine with the way that the playoffs are set up this year. I am going to die on this ledge that Scotty's not going to win this week. And yeah, the best team doesn't always win all season long. Like you get to the championship, you earned your spot there by having a great season, but that doesn't mean you should have should the whoever was in the Super Bowl, should the Chiefs have had a 7-point lead going in versus the Eagles? No, like you play the
no,
game, you started a level playing field. The top
yeah,
30 got to Eastlake, the top 30 have the advantage. And obviously, Scotty's the better golfer. He has a better chance to win. So there's his advantage right there. So
yep,
I think it's a great I don't think it's the best format in the world. There's always a better way to improve anything, but I think it's fine. There's no complaint on my end. And but yeah, I love the way Eastlake played last year. I thought it was awesome how they revamped it a little bit, made those greens a little firmer, and really rewarded playing in the fairway more than normal. You can definitely make birdies and get low from the fairway, but if you're missing wide, you're fighting for par out of that thick Bermuda. So firm and fast Bermuda golf course, longer. Everything you said, I think it's going to be a great test, and the most rewarding ball striker should at least have the chances to win
yeah.
this week.
Yeah, like you said, these 30 guys put themselves in a position to be here. So the winner takes it home, basically. I mean, it's so difficult to I I think everyone wastes a little too much energy trying to figure out the best way to go about the FedEx Cup playoffs, because if we're being honest, there's absolutely no format that will make this a serious event. I
I
mean,
I really
for the
wish they did do match
players,
play. I really do. Match play was
yeah, I think so too. Like a March Madness type tournament. I think that would get a lot of engagement. I think that's about the only thing you could do. Even if you had to shrink it down even further, I wouldn't even care. Like as low as you would have to go if it was 12 man or whatever the case may be, I think it would be fine. Just it would give us something to watch.
I
Um,
actually wrote like a long blog last year about how we should change the tour championship format on my like website, and it got taken down, and I can't like it's behind like a firewall, and I can't find it. But I thought it took me so long to write, and I wish I could find that blog because I really put my heart and soul into it. But it is what it is. We got 30 guys, and I think more than maybe the majority of people think are in this field are live to win this event. I think it's going to come down to the final day with a few guys in the mix. So, you want to get
Yeah.
into the odds board? You want to talk about some of these guys?
Uh, just wanted to touch on one more thing. I will be boots on the ground at Live Michigan. Another format. I haven't dug into what is this for the team event?
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
like the
only
championship
team
for the teams.
championship. Like this is only a team. It's gonna be like 4 man. Like everyone's gonna count in specific areas. I think it changes as the days go. There's no buys. It's like last year the Ironheads were like the last seed and like got to the final four, I believe. So anyone's live. This is a good. Like I'm not touching Live this week, at all. I mean maybe sorry, Fireballs as a long shot, but I'm not touching Live at all this
Oh,
week.
so it's not individual at all.
No, the individual season wrapped up last week. There was no individual tournament because it was all on the season-long points last week, which is John Rahm winning the league after 0 wins, where Rocco won 5 times, is a tad absurd, but it is what it is. It
I
is
saw
what it is.
that. I saw that on Twitter because I saw he lost in the playoff, and then I saw John Rahm Live individual champ, and I was like, I know he was good, but even when Neiman didn't win, it wasn't like he had bad finishes.
John Rahm's win was like, I mean, John Rahm's floor last year was legitimately like T3. He was in the mix every single week and just obviously didn't get across. Where Neiman was obviously won 5 times. His worst finish, I believe, was T32 twice. So
Yeah,
they need to revamp the point system a little bit next year
yeah.
because you ask any single person who was the player of the year on Live, they're going to say Joaquin Neiman. I mean, even Rahm knew that it was a little bit absurd that he won. His presser was funny, but how far is that from you? Like an hour or so?
About 2 hours. So it'll be good. I did not know it was strictly team.
How many
That's
days you
awesome.
going?
I think just Saturday. Imagine Dragons at night.
Ooh, Imagine Dragons play the hits. Play the hits. I'm
Yep.
down for that. That should be a good time. Tour
But
championship.
let's do
Scotty
it.
Scheffler leads the way. First of all, how are you going to go about betting this? You mentioned a little bit more in the placements. Are you going to take any outrights? I personally might just go to the top fives. I don't think I'm going to do any outrights this week.
I don't think I will either. I might get an each way or something. I might just play a lot of DFS. I like DFS with no cut events. I like when it's smaller field, like even NFL. I know like NFL slates when there's like 2 Monday Night Football games. I like when it's shrunk down and you can really focus on like because everyone's live here. These like we said at the top of the show, these 30 guys made it here because they're the best 30 overall, consistent, whatever. So I think I'll probably hammer DFS. But when it comes to the outright board, I think like you said, top fives, maybe some each ways if you wanted to, but there's just not like there's not a ton of value. I'm fine going out. I'm fine like going against Scotty Scheffler and taking him on in a 30-man field, but you're not getting great numbers past him, really.
No, I totally agree. So let's do this. Let's split this up into the top 10, the middle 10, and the bottom 10 on the odds board.
Okay.
And we'll go like who do we like from the top 5 up here? Who do we like from like anything you want to do anything with these top 10 guys, whether it's a matchup, a placement. So we'll make our bets as we go. So this top 10 is Scotty, Rory, Tommy, Ludwig, Russ, JT, JJ, PC, Colin, Vic. That is plus 150 to 28 to 1 at which is Victor Hovland. Personally, I think a top 5 Tommy Fleetwood plus 190 is my play. I think Tommy Fleetwood is your winner. I genuinely think Tommy gets this monkey off his back this week. Think TPC South will win a golf course that's very similar to East Lake. Obviously, almost won there. Um, is it crazy to say that I think Tommy Fleetwood's going to win this golf tournament? Yes, it is crazy to say that, but I think it's coming. I just think it's coming. I think it's coming. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you, and the number kind of speaks for itself too. I think earlier this year he was in like the low teens or mid teens, and we were like, this seems too odd. Like something's gonna happen, and it never did, obviously. But yeah, 30-man field, no cut event. Why not? Like you said, top five at almost 2 to 1. At least you get something to watch. Where if he's in the mix, or even if he's not in the mix, you know he has the chance to
Oh,
backdoor a top five on a Sunday
one
when
thousand
it's
percent. That's
completely meaningless golf.
1000%. And like his floor is so high. Talking also in like the DFS realm, I think Scotty is like has to be in your lineups. I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he's
You
gonna be
have to
there. I
fit
think
him
he's
in.
gonna be in the optimal lineup. So I
Yep.
think Scotty, whatever, if you want to juice the top five, sure, but I think Scotty's the DFS lock and do what you want with them elsewhere, like bet in the without markets. But Scotty, I think will be in the mix. Hot take. And
Yeah.
so who else do you like out of this top 10 for either a top five matchup, anything?
I kind of like Vic. I mean, gained across the board last week. He was second in approach, third in ball striking. It makes sense for him. I think the number's fine too. Like you can catch a 28 to 1. So I don't know what his top 5 number is, but I think the outright number is fair enough. Like I could see Victor Hovland winning here, especially after what we saw last week.
100%. He has enough dog to take Scotty down the stretch and get it done. He's 3.5 to 1 for a top five. I think that is a great selection too.
And
I
this
think
is kind of when Vic heats up.
yeah, I mean he's done it like the last few years, like this time of year. He's obviously won at East Lake before, knows how to
Yep.
get low, and I'm definitely down for Vic. Anyone else here that I want to touch on? Probably Ludwig. Ludwig is minus 120 for top 10. I think that I don't know how
God,
that
I
doesn't
like
hit.
that.
I don't know how that doesn't hit, honestly.
Just, I mean, we know what he's able to do off the tee. We say it every week that off the tee is a metric that we're looking at. He obviously had the driver last week. All season, he's been way up there when it comes to the best players on the PGA Tour. When it comes off the tee, so yeah, I do like Ludwig. JJ Spawn's interesting, but it just doesn't seem right. Like I don't think I can get there with JJ Spawn in this range, even though he rates out great and it makes a lot of sense. Um, how about Colin losing 6 strokes or 10 combined strokes around and on the green last week?
Okay, last week I saw when I was at Caves Valley. Last week I saw Colin on what was it Tuesday, walking the course with just his putter, and I've been out there all year long, and I see guys do that every once in a while. It's never ever 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 once worked out well. That's a sign that he is lost. But I think he'd only go up. He's back on Bermuda, which is he's had some good performances on. I keep trying to like chase that Colin like 30 to 1. It's a good number,
I
but
know it is.
he's lost right now. He knows he needs a good week. And I'm not buying it though. I am not buying. I'm not chasing the Colin. I've done it too many times. So I am gonna be out on Colin. I think the guys that I mentioned I would much prefer. Even Victor too, what you mentioned.
So he literally walked the course with just a putter, and he putted on all 18 greens.
Yeah, I mean it's a common thing that guys do, like especially when they're learning a new course. Someone who honestly does it a lot on Wednesdays, Tommy Fleetwood. It's clearly not working.
Right.
Um, but Tommy has done that his entire career, and I saw Colin doing it last week with the new caddy, which I've seen Colin at practice rounds for years now. He's never once done that with my eyes. So, yeah, it's a testament to the stats. Colin is not ready or dialed around the green. So, anyone else here you want to touch on these top 10 guys, or you want to move to the next 10?
No, I think God, JT is like flying way under the radar, and that scares me.
I
I just
tried
don't know
last
what to
week.
do with him.
I tried last week, and it
Yeah,
was yeah. I'm gonna be out on
it's
JT
not
for
good.
sure. All right, these next 10 golfers, uh, Sam Burns, Keegan Bradley, Decky, Ben Griffin, Bob Mack, Mav Harris, Corey Connors, Harry Hall, and Justin Rose. That is 28 to 1 Sam Burns and Justin Rose 50 to 1. Some names in here that could definitely pop in the top 10 market, maybe one or two top fives. Who's your guy? Who's two guys you want to give a nod to in this middle range?
Was Cam Young in the last range?
No, wait, did I skip Cam Young? Cam Young. Well, no, Cam Young is in this range. He's 30 to 1 or 28 to
Because
1 next to under Sam Burns.
that's probably where I'm going. A par 70, that's almost 7,500 yards. Like
Hot hand.
everything's
Let's go.
everything's clicking for him. Obviously a lot at stake. He was sixth off the tee last week. It just makes a lot of sense for Cam Young here. Like I said, will I get there and bet him 33 to 1 outright in this field? Probably not. But I could be convinced.
I mean, like we see guys all the time get hot at this time of year and win multiple times. Patrick
Yeah.
Cantlay, Victor Hovland, like Scotty Rory have done it. Like Why can't Cam do it? He's been touted as the most talented golfer of a generation for like the last 2 years, and he finally got the monkey off his back. He's putting like he's never put before in his life, and he's hitting the ball well. Like,
He
and it's
is.
Bermuda. He's just spiked on Bermuda at the Wyndham, this area of the country. Cam Young for a top 10 is plus 140. Plus
Yeah.
140 in 30-man
Top
field.
top third of the field. Top
Like,
33%.
what are we doing here? For a top 20, Cammy, all right, minus 340. That's not going to lose. Everyone's minus money for a top 30 or top 20, sorry.
Everyone?
Everyone is the shortest is minus 115 with Andrew Novak. I think he's a good bet.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I think
Like, I would
all
bet
30
every
are
guy in
live.
the field to finish top 20, which is not going to profit, but it's just funny that the odds like are how they
It
are.
is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it from this range. I'm not a huge fan of this middle range. Sam Burns is a little bit interesting. Straka, maybe. It's just, I don't know.
My thing with Straka is obviously he didn't play and he withdrew late from last week's event. Hope everything's all right with his situation. But on paper, it makes sense for Sepp
It
Straka. Like
does.
Bermuda, hit fairways and get hot. Like, yeah, it makes a ton of sense for Sepp. So you can get like a top 10 on Sepp. He's probably drifted with the situation. Plus 130. I would say that and Cam Young are my potential maybe plays in this range. But outside of that, I'm kind of with you. I'm not really sure I like anyone else in this range.
Let's go to the
Yeah.
last one.
Next range, before we get there, quickly, Rhythm. College football is back on Rhythm. Last season, Rhythm predictive models had a 22% ROI on non-conference spreads. They killed it on FCS totals. Week 0 and week 1 were 16-4 ATS. So they also have MLB, WNBA, golf, and the NFL. Go to the app now and make your model since predictions are live. 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Okay, final 10 names. This is where the long shots come in. We've got Harry Hall. No, we finished at Justin Rose. Sorry. Chris Gotterup, Akshay Bhatia, Shane Lowry, Brian Harmon, Sung J M, Nick Taylor, Jacob Bridgman, and Andrew Novak. I'll start it off. Andrew Novak being the bottom of his odds, 12-1 for a top 5, plus 3.5 for 360 for a top 10. Well-rounded golfer. He can pop in a signature event, and he can pop when the form is a little bit shaky. This is the Andrew Novak golf course, and I'm buying him at this massive price.
Yeah, like I think you buy the dip. Like
Yeah,
the
why
30th
not?
guy in odds isn't just gonna finish 30th. Is there? Sure, there's a chance, but I think that's great
He's been
odds
top
for
10ing all
this
year.
little of
Like
a
he's been
field.
doing this. He's been doing it all year.
He has.
Like, so I'm down for him.
I am all over Akshay this week. I think
Sell me.
the long irons being the way they are, should help him. Loved what I saw at St. Jude. He gained pretty much everywhere, and except for on the greens, but he kind of came back last week with his putter. Was pretty much level with the field, but plus 240 for a top 10 on Akshay and 7-1 on a top 5. Love both
Like
of
it.
them.
I like it. I actually looked distraught on like 17 and 18 last week when he missed those few, like 2 10-footers. Probably thought he wasn't going to make East Lake because I think he's like the last or second to last man in this field. So he's definitely really happy to be here and going to give it, playing with house money, going to give it a great effort. I'm going to go with Chris Gotterup. He's around 50-1 in the betting odds.
Yes.
He's beaten these guys before, but he's 5.5-1 for 5.5-1 for a top 5. Chris Gotterup won the 2021 East Lake Cup while he was an Oklahoma Sooner. They don't just give out East Lake Cups. You got to earn those. And he's confident. He knows what a win. I'm not saying he's going to win. A win gets him on the Ryder Cup team. So I think Gotterup's in for a massive week. And the driver, if he's hitting fairways, his floor absolutely shoots through the moon. And that putter was so hot from in Scotland. I'm not saying it's going to be hot now, but like we see what it could do. So I'm down for Gotterup as my final play. 5.5-1 top 5.
It still blows my mind that Sung Jae's here. Like
You want?
I thought I missed something, so I went back to his results and I was like, I don't get it.
It was the Masters and Kapalua, I think, really got him a lot of points. But a quick point on Sung Jae. Shout out Vincerix. We talked about this on our podcast. Adam pointed out to me, what makes least sense? John Rahm winning the live season long after winning 0 times, or Sung Jae making East Lake with the approach numbers he's put up this year. The approach numbers are so funny.
Yeah.
Like it's like -7 every single week from Sung Jae on approach. Like hands of a god.
I would say it would still have to go to Rom, but that's the first thing I thought of.
I was
Was
like,
like,
and he's been T30 in the standings all year, all season long. He's been like doing nothing and just hanging around T30. I'm not saying Sungjae's gonna play well this week. It's just crazy that he's here. I'm not doing the Sungjae thing at all. It's a good golf course for him on paper, but I cannot trust it at all.
no, I just pulled it up again to see if I missed anything. But like you said, it had to have been Century. He was top 5 at Farmers and Augusta. But I feel like there's so many other players who did more than or similar to that, right?
You're not wrong at all. I think that makes a ton of sense. So you're clearly not going to Sungjae. Is there anyone else in
No.
this bottom 10 that you want
Uh,
to touch on?
I do like Goddard. That's probably I would probably just hang with Goddard and Akshay down here.
All right, I got one more bet. It is not in this field. It is actually they're giving out a Masters this week. They're giving out a British Masters at the Belfry in the UK. That is Rasmus Højgaard top 20 -120. Rasmus needs a T30 to jump Shane Lowry and get that automatic Ryder Cup spot. There's no points for Eastlake this week. So if Rasmus finishes T30, he will grab that auto 6th spot for the European Ryder Cup team.
Really?
Yeah. So, and Rasmus finished, I believe, second in that event last week. He finished runner-up last week, or he finished runner-up last year and then runner-up last week. Rasmus is in great form. We know what skill set he has. So I think Rasmus should have no problem finishing top 20 at the Belfry this week.
I like it. That's a pretty interesting field all the way around.
Yeah, there's some names. Aaron Ryan, Matt Fitch are the favorites.
Tristan Lawrence is 45 to 1.
Who is?
Tristan Lawrence?
Yeah, he almost won last year, but it's a weird golf course because you can take advantage of it. Like if you can rip driver everywhere and like have basically throw the ball on the green, but if you miss in the slightest bit, you're cooked. You're behind a tree. You're in the water. So it's a massive risk reward golf course. I don't think I'm buying Tristan's driver right now, but if he has a good driver week, like he's live for sure.
I think I'm gonna go Nakajima 80 to 1 on the each way.
I bet him. I bet him this week.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yeah. I bet Nakajima 80 to 1. I bet Ewan Ferguson 70 to 1. Sam Bairstow 125 to 1 for the DP this week. I'm going for the more like hit fairways and spike on approach route, which Keita Nakajima. If you don't know anything about me and you're watching this, I'm a DP World Tour savant as well. I bet it every single week, so I'm going with Nakajima as well, like you said. So we're aligned with that.
Good. I have to bet him now, so I'm logging in as we speak.
Fuck yeah. Well, that wraps it up. Dom, thank you for joining me, and thank you for the great season. Thank you guys all for watching all year long. And we'll be back in the fall. 99% we'll be back in the fall. I'm not sure when it starts, but I'm sure we're back in a few weeks at the very latest. So thank you guys for listening. And Dom, thanks again as always.
You got it. We'll see you.